Weckham, the timeless, forgotten mystery. Christianity, the most widely practiced religion in the world, began with the life of Jesus Christ, a Jew who lived in the Roman province of Judea. His resurrection and divinity are matters of faith, but his existence and his death by crucifixion around 30 AD are accepted as historical fact. The early spread of Christianity is credited to a small group of devoted followers known as the Apostles. Around 36 AD, they are joined by Paul, who has a vision of Christ while traveling to Damascus. Paul dedicates his life to spreading the gospel, the good news of Christ's death and resurrection. His efforts are remarkably successful, gaining converts across the Mediterranean and as far west as Italy. Tradition holds that the Apostle Mark established a church in Alexandria around 42 AD, which became the foundation of today's Coptic Orthodox Church. In 52 AD, Thomas the Apostle is said to have reached India and formed Christian communities, though historians debate this claim due to lack of evidence. Missionaries like Paul carried Christianity across the Roman Empire in the 1st century AD, with Christian communities recorded from North Africa to Italy. By 100 AD, the 4 Gospels that make up the New Testament were complete, laying the foundation of Christianity that endures to this day. Christianity spread further through the empire and beyond. Around 301, King Tiridates III of Armenia converted to Christianity and declared it the state religion, making Armenia the world's first Christian nation. Yet across the Roman Empire, Christians were persecuted, since emperors themselves were seen as divine. In 312, according to Christian chroniclers, Emperor Constantine experienced a vision before the Battle of Milvian Bridge. The next year, he issued the Edict of Milan, granting Christianity legal status throughout the empire. In 325, Constantine convened the Council of Nicaea, the first major church assembly to resolve theological disputes. About 300 bishops attended, demonstrating Christianity's early growth. The council established the Nicene Creed, a statement of faith still used today. Yet divisions persisted, with many debates over the exact nature of Christ and his relationship to God and the Trinity. By around 330, Christianity spread into Africa. King Ezana of Aksum made it the official religion, creating the foundation of today's Ethiopian Church, one of the oldest in the world. In 380, Emperor Theodosius passed a law defining Orthodox Christian belief, moving Christianity closer to becoming the state religion of Rome. Old temples were attacked, some destroyed, others turned into churches. Later emperors outlawed pagan worship and persecuted followers of the old gods, branding them as backward and inferior. As so-called barbarian tribes such as the Visigoths, Ostrogoths, and Vandals invaded the Western Roman Empire, they too converted, though many first adopted the heretical teachings of Arianism. Around 405, Saint Jerome completed a Latin translation of the Bible known as the Vulgate, which became the Catholic Church's official text and remains its basis today. Over the next centuries, missionaries risked their lives to convert pagan communities, often targeting rulers whose conversions would lead entire realms to follow. Christianity spread throughout Western Europe even as the Roman Empire collapsed. Saint Patrick arrived in Ireland around 432, Clovis, king of the Franks, converted in 508, and Columba travelled from Ireland to Scotland in 563, founding the monastery of Iona. By 589, Visigoth king Reccared abandoned Arianism for Catholicism, and in 597, Pope Gregory sent St. Augustine to Britain, where he converted King Ethelbert of Kent. Meanwhile, Islam rose in Arabia. Muslim armies conquered much of the Middle East and North Africa, including Jerusalem, Christianity's most sacred city. By 720, Muslim rule extended into Iberia, though Christians were allowed to remain as second-class subjects. In medieval Europe, Christianity continued to expand. Charlemagne extended his rule over vast territories, spreading Christianity by force. In 800, he was crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope, beginning a dynasty that lasted 1,000 years. Royal conversions across northern and eastern Europe followed. Harald Bluetooth of Denmark, Mieszko of Poland, Vladimir the Great of Kiev, Olaf Tryggvason of Norway, Stephen of Hungary, and Olaf Skotkonung of Sweden. In 1054, tensions between the Eastern Church in Constantinople and the Western Church in Rome led to the Great Schism, dividing Christianity into the Eastern Orthodox and Roman Catholic branches. Soon after, the Byzantine Empire faced growing threats from the Seljuk Turks. In 1095, Pope Urban II called for the First Crusade, promising forgiveness of sins to those who joined. The Crusaders captured parts of the Holy Land, but within 2 centuries, all these states were lost to Muslim powers. While Crusaders fought in the east, Christian rulers in Iberia pushed back against Muslim control, eventually completing the Reconquista in 1492. Missionaries also reached northern Europe, the Baltic, and Finland. In Asia, John of Montecorvino became the first bishop of Beijing in 1294. Lithuania, the last pagan kingdom in Europe, converted in 1386. In 1453, Constantinople fell to the Ottomans, but Moscow claimed the role of the Third Rome for the Orthodox Church. During the Age of Discovery, European powers carried Christianity across oceans. Portuguese explorers reached the Kingdom of Congo in 1482, and its ruler converted. In Spain, the conquest of Granada in 1492 ended Islamic rule, while Columbus's voyage that same year opened the Americas to European colonization and missionary work. Spanish and Portuguese missions spread Catholicism across the New World, often by force, erasing native religions. Christianity also spread along the African coast, linked to the transatlantic slave trade. In 1517, Martin Luther challenged Catholic practices, sparking the Protestant Reformation. Printing presses spread his ideas quickly, and Protestantism gained ground in northern Europe. England broke with Rome in 1534, creating the Church of England. Many Protestant sects soon emerged: Lutherans, Calvinists, Baptists, Presbyterians, and more, though Catholicism remained dominant. Missionaries like Francis Xavier carried Catholicism into Asia, reaching India, Indonesia, and Japan by the mid-1500s, while the Philippines became a Catholic stronghold under Spain. Protestants from England and the Netherlands later established colonies in North America, where Puritans sought religious freedom. Though missionary efforts with native tribes had limited success, European settlement itself spread Christianity across the continent. By the 18th century, Christianity was firmly established in the Americas. Religious revivals in Britain and the US, known as the Great Awakenings, gave rise to evangelical movements. The expansion of European empires carried Christianity even further, to Australia, Polynesia, New Zealand, India, and throughout Africa. Missionaries like William Carey, David Livingstone, Adoniram, and Judson, and Mary Slessor became central figures in spreading the faith.